Hello, welcome back to our channel. Today we'll be talking about Savannah, Georgia and how great it is. A little bit of the paranormal stuff and also just the general trip we went on. So, once again, I'm Joel.
I'm Anna, and I have fixed my audio so you can hear me clearly. So I'm excited that you guys are back. We have a lot of interesting things to share with you, some videos, some photos, and like Joel said, a cool shout out to a very awesome person named Becca from the Savannah Ghost Tour that we went on. Wonderful tour, very informative, and we got a really cool koozie for both of us. We each got one, and we got to drink while we were walking, and that is very exciting and legal there. Go to Savannah.
So the cool thing about that ghost tour is the first place you go, it's a very old historical bar on the waterfront, and it is all you can drink. So if I remember right, it was almost it was like a jungle juice or something like that, wasn't it? It was like some sort of concoction that they made in house.
Yeah, I did not have that jungle juice. I
Yeah.
would be laid out with the jungle.
so
So that was a Joel thing.
so that was very cool on that tour. It's a adults only drinking walking tour. So you get all you can drink there, and then at each place you go, you get one complimentary drink. So it was a very good time. A lot of historical value. Very interesting. And even inside that main bar, they were saying that place is haunted. If you touch the pillar, sometimes women wasn't excruciating pain or some crazy stuff like that, or something
Yeah,
like that.
I,
Yeah.
I did not touch that. I'm good. I have my own pain that I deal with, so that was fine. I stood.
So yeah, it was a good time, and once again, we had Becca, who was amazing, telling us all about the history and the supposed hauntings of this city in the old area, I would say, near the waterfront. It's a very interesting time. It's go to a couple different bars and uh, one very pretty big old mansion that they have there too. You're not allowed to go inside of it, but you walk around the outside of it. Very cool.
Very full experience.
Mm-hmm.
And like we were saying, Becca, shout out to Becca. She was very awesome, so personable, so knowledgeable about the history and just like about other places of where you can go eat, what else to visit.
Mm-hmm.
It was a really, really fun time. We highly recommend you guys to check out. Again, it's called the Savannah Ghost
Mm-hmm.
Tours. Definitely check it out if you plan on visiting. You will get not only the cool koozies, but then also such a good, warm welcome to the city and all these historical places. And it was just a really fun experience. How long was it? Like about two hours?
Mm-hmm. With walking, it's about two
With
hours. Mm-hmm.
walking, it's about 2 hours, and the group isn't really big. I think we had like three other people with us,
Mm-hmm.
so it was really, really fun. Highly recommend.
Mm-hmm. And it was close to our hotel we stayed at, which was the Marriott Plant on the waterfront. Very beautiful hotel, and it's everything you could possibly need or want inside of a. I would almost say it was a resort if I remember right, wasn't it?
I believe so, and
Mm-hmm.
a very large property. It had three buildings
Mm-hmm.
total.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Everything is super close. We were saying you don't need a car. You don't need to rent a car. Just Uber from the
Mm-hmm.
airport if you stay at that hotel, and everything is nearby. All the bars, all the food. There's a boardwalk where we're saying the promenade was there, right by the water. You could see the ships come in. Very nice. And you get like vouchers, food vouchers, which
Mm-hmm.
was great. They took really great care of us there. When you walk in, there's in the lobby these amazing, I think it was like dinosaur um, bones
Mm-hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
something. It looked like a museum, like you were walking into the Natural History Museum. and really cool stones and like rocks, like amethyst, and it was just visually gorgeous.
Hmm.
Very amazing luxury property. We had a blast. We would definitely visit Savannah again and stay at that location. It
Hmm.
is central to everything that you need: ghost tours, bars, restaurants, anything and everything is right there within walking distance, and you're not going very far at all.
No, not at all. And actually, we didn't definitely need to go back there because there was months later. Of course, whenever you go to a city, you're never able to see everything and
Everything,
all
yeah,
the cool things until you leave, of course.
of
So
course.
apparently, there's a paranormal museum that's super haunted there that we completely missed out on because it's also, unfortunately, Savannah does have crime in areas. So, and it was a city that neither of us were super familiar with. So we were kind of staying in the safe historical district, wherever.
Right.
And this museum is a little bit off the path, so we'd have to Uber that. But
Definitely something for a
mhm,
next visit
mhm,
for sure. You're not going to see everything that you want to see the first go around. And we're planners, so we like to have like an objective, and then there are different places that we would like to see. And as time passes by, you learn about other things. So absolutely, another visit
mhm,
will be commencing at some point.
mhm,
And we hope to take you guys with us there
mhm.
too.
So after the tour, the next day, we decided to check out this old Fort Jackson, and it's kind of out the way. You definitely have to take an Uber to get to it,
That's
and
pretty fun.
it's pretty far. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's way on the outskirts, and it is very much your classic style fort, right on the river. It has a main courtyard, and then along the outskirts is all your rooms. It's almost like a catacomb style. And we actually got a very interesting SLS footage that looks like a character inside of the door. One of the doorways kind of waving at us, and it was responding to our questions and anything like that. So
Hey, there you are.
we'll show that here. And then also, it was interesting. We were in there. We had a couple of personal experiences that you just you know you I felt kind of sick, but I didn't say anything because I never want to kind of, I guess,
Influence.
influence or
Yeah.
like pollute a sterilized type environment like that. But afterwards, I remember you telling me you definitely felt pressure and you didn't feel good. You felt sick and everything like that.
Yeah, I actually think during the time that we were inside and walking around, and in certain areas, it just felt really heavy for me, where I got lightheaded and chest tightness, and it was really hard to breathe.
Hmm.
And at one point, if I recall, I told you I need to step outside because I can't catch my breath.
Mm.
And I did not know at the time that you were feeling these reactions, these symptoms as well. Um, you told me that after we left
Hmm.
completely
Hmm.
from the fort. So this was just I was thinking in my mind, oh, I'm going crazy or something like that, but actually it was just being like an empath, being
Hmm.
sensitive
Hmm.
and picking up on the energy, the residual energy that is still there in that space in different rooms. Some were lighter than others, and it physically affected me to the point where I felt that I was going to pass out. I
Hmm.
felt nauseous in places. I even felt like a stabbing pain in my stomach. And I think afterwards, you and I had a discussion about it when I was telling you all these different symptoms that I was feeling, and you're like, I
Hmm.
felt that too, which was very, very interesting.
Yeah, it's very very important when you're investigating places to kind of, if you're getting any feelings like that, to try his best to keep it to yourself in a way, so that way you don't accidentally hype someone else up and they think they're experiencing something when they're not. The other piece of advice, I guess I would say, is just to kind of when you go in any place like that, it's going to be creepy. You're going to get creeped out and all sorts of stuff like that because it is spooky. I get that, but you have to differentiate the feelings of it's creepy and it's spooky and I'm creeped out. Vice, there's something here I can feel. Kind of something's not right. Someone's in the room with me, or something is in the room with me. I feel threatened. I feel like I'm not alone. Stuff like that.
Absolutely. That's a good way of putting things into perspective. Um, and that was a very interesting place, not only just paranormally, but historically, of what had transpired there and how important it was during that time
Mm-hmm.
period. So it was a very cool
Mm-hmm.
place to visit. We absolutely would recommend you guys to go check that out as well. Um, where else did we go to after?
It
Because we got hungry.
it was right after that we decided we were looking for food, and like we said earlier, it's a pretty. It was what 25-minute Uber drive from the downtown area. It was
Just about.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
out there. The fort's out there, and it's a fort, and they don't really have. They got a little gift shop with snacks and
With
stuff like
snacks,
that.
yeah.
That's about it. And it was when we were there. It wasn't crazy hot, but it was hot enough to where like the shack with no AC, like the candies were melting type thing. So we definitely were hungry. So we looked on and we saw this thing that was the pirate's house. And
I thought it was a gimmick,
yeah, I
honestly.
thought it was a gimmick, because you're like, oh, it's
A
it's
pirate.
another another river that flows out into the ocean, just like Florida and all that stuff like that. It's going to be, oh yeah, there's pirates, but this place was actually historical. It's been there since 16, 1700s or some crazy stuff like that. It's a super
Yeah.
old building, and it used to be a bar, smuggling area, like hotel, pretty much, where all these pirates and other
Brothel?
brothel maybe, yeah,
Probably.
smugglers and people uh, of of uh, of not good reputation would hang out there. So it was very interesting for that historical side. The food was really good, and they have a little tour go on when you're in there. And we went on the tour. They actually said that in this back room, sometimes people have seen this figure on the stairs, and uh, Anna was snapping her pictures. And in one frame, there's nothing, and then in another frame, there's a very strange. To me, it looks like a almost resemblance a little bit of some fingers on a banister. So I'll put those pictures up, and you can kind of decide on that. And also, when we went into the gift shop, which is up, you go upstairs. It's upstairs, and that used to be where all the pirates and sailors would sleep. That was like their little bit of a, I guess, a hostel. I wouldn't say hotel. It was definitely more of a hostel because it was like open. So they could just get drunk and pass out up there. And you had an interesting experience up there.
Yeah, so the area is pretty big upstairs, which is now the gift shop.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe likes to walk very close behind me. Don't look at me like that. Like a little creep, but I like it. So what I thought was Joel walking behind me apparently was not. So I was looking at something sparkly as usual. I don't know what it was. Doesn't matter anymore. So I was looking at something sparkly and I felt and heard. First, I felt like some hot breath by my left ear. And then I hear like, hi, this weird voice, which sounded like Joel. And I'm like, ew, can you stop? Like, we're around people. There's other people in this gift shop. And I turn around, and Joel's like, what? And he's like further away from me,
Yeah.
not even remotely close to me. And that creeped me out. Uh, so apparently we got some horny pirates.
Yeah.
Well, that's normal, pretty much.
Yeah.
That are still on the prowl for some chiclets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was me, it would have been candy cane.
Please don't do that.
So after we left there, we took a little break, got some food, and kind of cooled down because, like I said, that even we weren't even there in the summer, and it was pretty gross hot,
It was April,
very
the
muggy.
beginning of April, very muggy.
So we decided to go to uh, the Colonial Park much later at night, and that is where a very old cemetery is.
It's huge.
Huge cemetery, and it's very beautiful. Like you don't even think it's a cemetery; you literally think it's a park.
Yeah,
As you're
beautiful
walking by
park.
it.
Yeah.
And there is a playground on the south side of this park where they I don't know how true it is or not, but supposedly they erected this swing set and playground for the dead kids so they could play in the afterlife. So we ended up getting quite a few actually intelligent responses there, and pretty good. It was about an hour we were investigating. We were getting a lot of activity. That was pretty quick. The only thing I couldn't properly document was just anything on the SLS because if you've seen how it works, it basically maps out any human shapes. Well, the problem is in a playground, all the poles and the chains on the swing set and everything like that, it was it could have been the camera matrixing to make it look like there was some sort of human figure. So, although we were getting positive responses, I can't say for certain if there was actually any evidence of paranormal activity seen on the SLS. But we did get quite a few pictures of very strange anomalies. They look like green orbs. One almost looked like it's like a tiny green flame. Very, very, very bizarre.
Yeah.
Definitely not lens flare or anything like that. And we didn't even have any sort of real flash photography on our phones anyway. So
Yeah, I usually turn off my flash, and in the dark too, because this was around midnight that we had went there, and no one was outside. Um, the cemetery obviously was closed, locked, and this park, it's a small playground. No one there besides us at all. And I like to take photos, and I just take them consecutively, like back to back to back, just of everything, the entire like surrounding. I do like a 360 of just going around and snapping. Um, and later we saw those anomalies, those green ones, these green orbs that do look like flames. You're right about that. And then as I viewed those photos later of the entire view of the playground, one clip is just there's nothing there, and then literally the next one there I zoomed in because it looked like somebody was walking by, and I just apparently had snapped it, and I zoomed in, and we're gonna show you the photo of it zoomed in and zoomed out, and then the clip right before it, and we'll see if we could even do the timestamps on it to show you that it was literally like seconds. We'll see if that's even
Yeah,
if we can pull that
but
up.
it's definitely strange because even zoomed in, it's
It was scary.
we try to replicate it. We're like, oh, maybe there's a person jogging. So I ran past the camera and she snapped me, and we couldn't get the same effect. It's it
Very
looks like
tall
a
figure.
very tall person in a blue shirt, maybe, or
Or
hospital
hospital
gown.
gowns, something. No legs.
And no legs, no arms, and the face is. I mean, it's a side profile, so but it's very very distorted. You can't really make out. You can tell there's a face there, but you can't.
It's
Yeah.
terrifying.
Um,
It I have never taken anything like that before,
mhm,
any of those kind of photos before. And just seeing that and zoomed in scares me
mhm,
to this day. It just gives me
mhm.
chills of what you can capture. And I feel like I have a knack for this. And I started doing that everywhere we go, when we're doing any kind of paranormal exploring. I just tend to just take out the camera and do like my little photos and then we'll check them out later.
Hmm.
But yeah, this photo was the best kind of evidence of something otherworldly that is in between realms, I would
Hmm.
say. Very scary. And I don't know how to edit. I don't play around with things like that. I'm not interested. I like facts. And I debunk things too that I believe look fake. And this is just something that I looked at, I think like a day or two later.
Yeah,
We
I
took
think.
pictures
Yeah.
and I forgot about
Hmm.
it as usual. And then I just started reviewing, just our adventure, and I came across that photo, and it gave me chills.
Yeah.
So we'll put that up for
And
you guys.
what's and also too, we were getting a lot of intelligent responses on
Oh, the spirit box.
the audio device. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fun. It was, it seemed like playful kids, very innocent and kind. And then we finally got a voice that said leave like 2 times, if I remember right. And that's when we got out of there. It's a cemetery, and it's very beautiful. So it's you when we were there, it just felt very serene. You didn't feel alone necessarily, but you weren't creeped out. But as soon as actually right before we heard leave, just the vibe changed. Like I started looking around because I thought like a dog was around or something like that. It felt like there was like a predator, like it's like something internally was like growling at me almost. And then so we heard leave, and then we got out of there. And what's interesting about that is I don't know how, because there's a lot of inaccuracies, of course, with the history, but there was the giant of Savannah, I want to say, is some 7 foot tall dude named Renee that was supposedly a child murderer, and he was killed in that area supposedly. So maybe that was him. Who knows? You know.
Mm.
But it was definitely a creepy and a good experience, but definitely creepy. We got out of the area pretty quickly. Um,
I don't think I've ever power walked that fast.
no. So, but that was about it as far as our spooky experiences there. It's overall it's a great trip though. I highly recommend anyone go. A lot of it's we were only there for 4 days.
4 days.
But it was we didn't even see everything. We thought we saw everything, but of course you find out later that you didn't see everything. So we definitely go back there. So that was our trip to Savannah. So we're gonna start putting out a lot more of our own exploration and ghost hunting videos itself. Uh, you just
We're going to
this.
take you guys on
Mhm.
location, pretty much.
Yeah, this week was just really rainy, just really busy. Had to go see my, you know, local lacrosse team beat the crap out of some Canadians, so that was kind of, that was
Hey, they
that
were
was our
pretty good at
Saturday night.
Halifax, so
Yeah,
shout out to them too. They did a great job, but they kicked ass.
except they got weak ankles. They fall. But anyway, so we will see y'all later, and I hope y'all stay safe out there, and we shall see you soon. Like and subscribe. See y'all later.
Hey.